universal cosmic energy they have to create worlds, stars, and galaxies, in which every million years they plant their seeds into millions of planets for a new celestial to be born through an incursion, leading to the death of the entire race of the planet. Arishem created the Eternals, in which each member out of 10 wields an infinite amount of cosmic energy in them, meaning that for Arishem to be able to give out sets of infinity, then he would have a far higher set of infinite power compared to the Eternals and even the newborn Celestials. Arishem, even in the comics, is one of the most powerful Celestials, and in the movies so far, he seems to be ahead of all. Arishem created Eternals, in which are stronger than the Avengers, except maybe a few, and that's a big what if. If you watch my Ikaris versus Omni-Man video, then you will see what I am talking about, as I do explain everything in that video. Now, the weakest Eternals are Sprite and Ajax in terms of combat and scaling to the Deviants. For some reason, people will think the Deviants are weak when they really clearly aren't weak, because they were like the first Eternals, but Arishem of all people lost control over these mindless creatures. If you think Doomsday is mindless, this is worse. But they do evolve pretty well and are strong. Check my Ikaris vs Omni-Man video for more information on this. Now, Thor, Doctor Strange, and Scarlet Witch are the strongest, and Captain Marvel are the strongest Avengers by a long shot. Maybe Iron Man in his new costume, but let me put it like this. Scarlet Witch is more powerful than Doctor Strange without the Time Stone, and she's able to beat people like Agatha Harkness and skills above Morgan Le Fay. These two scale to the tiers of the Dark Dimension, which is beyond the multiverse by a long shot. Doctor Strange is powerful enough to fight on par with other Infinity Stones, which is crazy because each stone really is strong. Malekith was going to use the Power Stone to collapse the entire multiverse alone. Thanos used it to snap half the life in the universe as a whole or multiverse, and Strange was able to counter its abilities. Thor, by existing, is from Asgard, which is one of the mystical realms beyond the multiverse, which is the Tree of Yggdrasil, in which its center entry is Midgard to the rest of creation. Thor needs Bifrost to move across because the distance is much despite him being extremely fast. Thor has countered the full force of the Infinity Stones. Maybe not full force, but enough to cause more than large planet level damages. Yet Ikaris is still implied to have strength to beat Thanos. Thor used to play with Gilgamesh and he was honored by Odin. Ikaris on his own still has more power above everyone, including Thor, Thanos, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch. He was created by the Celestials to keep humans at peace, and they would have the necessary power to challenge anything that affects such balance, except, of course, the breath of his god's race, which is Tiamat. And they do agree that with their singular infinite power, they can't do shit to Tiamat unless they combine to create a universal mind to stop Tiamat, but yet Arishem just outranks everything. Again, Arishem existed before them and created all of them, including Odin and the other gods, simply because nothing at all existed in the entirety of the MCU universe. Meaning MCU as a whole, except nothingness. As for Dormammu, based on what we know, Dormammu existed before creation, as well as he exists totally not just beyond it, but beyond the gods as well. Dormammu is a being of infinite power and conqueror of worlds, someone who exists beyond the infinite realities and dimensions, and can absorb such into the dark dimension, showing how big his realm is. And Dormammu is clearly larger than the multiverse, as his head alone is classified as space-time. Dormammu is a being of unquenchable and infinite power who stays in a timeless realm beyond the multiverse and a space that transcends dimensions. It is beyond human physics, which includes all physical and universal laws. matter, space-time, math, and so on, which is beyond cardinalities. Humans will only see it as an abstract, psychedelic concept, like an idea of what a misunderstood Earth would look like, a state of abstract delirium. The only thing that could affect Dormammu was the Infinity Stones, which scales above outer gods like the Earth Guardians and other realms attached to the Yggdrasil. But also the Infinity Stones existed before creation, and when creation came, they were linked to aspects of creation like death, entropy, infinity, and eternity. And these beings occupy levels up to the god realms on different levels, since these god realms are outside the multiverse but attached to it. So you could still say these god realms are high 1b but on a greater scale or low ultraversal. Dormammu anyhow you want to place it is ultraversal. Now, between Arishem and Dormammu, who wins? Both of them are pretty much around the same tier. Both existed beyond creation. Both haven't shown to be greater than the Infinity Stones. But relative to it, it falls down to hacks. Now, Arishem has shown teleportation, gravitational pull within the multiverse, as and creation fits casually. Can create beings like the Eternals, which have mind control, which have creation abilities, high fighting skills, faster speeds, and much more. But Dormammu, on the other hand, is shown to be dominant over people like Scarlet Witch, who can warp reality but not like Cersei, who can control mind but not like Druid, Doctor Strange, who can do all but not like even Scarlet Witch. You have Dormammu being more like the extremely powerful sorcerer who can do many things, like both seem equal, but I would judge who wins based on the people shown to be like defendants of their movies, and the fight would then go to Arishem. Dormammu scales above these outer gods and the multiverse, but was stopped by the time stone. But Arishem is above celestials, who are above gods, who are above the multiverse, and I honestly don't think the stones can do shit to Arishem. I do think Arishem should be a bit more powerful than Dormammu or more hackful than him to win. I say they are equal, but Arishem would likely win extremely high difficulty, especially when he can teleport around Dormammu and hit him with attacks. Also block or create things to defend himself and even call on other Celestials' help. But Arishem's biggest fear and feat here is creating an outer being of his kind, which is Tiamat, the excommunicator, or Tiamat, the dreaming celestial. If you found this video informative, please do to like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.